served 11 months. I drove her that day. And the sad reality is that this particular DA needs to understand, and that is that the power of the people is greater than the people in power. And since the power of the people is greater than the people in power, I'm calling to order another court right now. It's the court of public opinion. It's the court of justice. Why? Because I strongly believe that just because you have the position, it doesn't mean you have the power. A whole lot of folk have had position, but it's somebody who had moral credibility that had the power. Y'all didn't get it. Y'all do know Abraham Lincoln had the position, but Frederick Douglass and Harriet Tubman and William Lloyd Garrison, they had the power. Woodrow Wilson had the position, but Ida Bell Wells and W.E.B. Du Bois and Paul Robeson, they had the power. Y'all still didn't get it. The bus driver on December 1st, 1955 had the position, but Rosa Parks was the one that had the power. Lyndon Johnson had position, but Martin King and John Lewis and Ella Baker and Septima Clark, they all had the power. And I'm simply trying to say, here it is, Mr. DA, you got the position, but Crystal Mason has the power. We've got the power. And because we've got the power, I say, since you want to charge her, we've come to charge you. We're charging you with malicious prosecution. We are charging you with upholding injustice. We are charging you with being a poor steward of our taxpayer dollars. How you gonna spend taxpayer dollars to go after an innocent woman who you want to make as a demon, and yet you need to look in the mirror to see who the real demon is? We charge you with being an upholder of injustice, and since we are charging you, I'm simply here to say, on behalf of the Supreme Judge of the universe, you are guilty. Guilty as charged. And since you are guilty as charged, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to think that we don't get that this is bigger than Crystal Mason. This ain't just about Crystal. It's about elections. It's about voting. It's about the fact that we live in a state that is, as John Fillenwander has pointed out, it ain't a red state. It's a suppressed state. A voter suppressed state. And so you're trying to add to suppression voter intimidation. But check this out. I'm from over on the south side of Dallas, and the bottom line is we ain't intimidated. We motivated. We are motivated because we recognize this is the most dangerous election coming up in the history of this country. But guess what? It ain't just at the top of the ticket with Trump. It's Trumpism down ballot. And so we are motivated to vote, to register vote, to organize, to mobilize. We ain't intimidated. We are motivated. We are motivated to keep on showing up at your court meetings. And when we show up, we're going to show up and show out and let you know that we who believe in freedom will not rest until it comes. We who believe in voting will not rest until all of us have our right to vote protected. We who believe in justice will not rest until it comes. And since y'all didn't get Ella Baker, I gotta go with, he was just in a diss battle. Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick says, listen, get ready for the fight, because all my life I had to fight. But if God's got us, we gonna be all right. Crystal, we gonna be all right because God is still in control. We gonna be all right because the people in power don't have the power like the power of the people. And we who believe in freedom, we ain't gonna rest until it comes. Peace, and we all in this together.
Beautiful job, man.